Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. Peace and blessings, y'all. Just back in for a new video real quick, man. Just want to talk a little bit about some about a about a topic, man, that I've been thinking about that's been on my man. Let me get this camera straight, y'all. A topic that's been on my head, man. In the book of Matthews, it says, and I know y'all haven't, I'm gonna get back to that. I know y'all haven't seen me around, man. Like I told y'all, I got a new job now. I'm basically practicing. I'm actually teaching at two schools now. I'm teaching at my school now. I'm teaching at my son's school now also. So I'm at two schools now. So it's like, I'm doing, I done got more responsibility now as I got this new job and everything too. So it's like, I'm trying to fit videos in when I can fit them in. So it's like, it's been kind of tough lately. So, but just y'all bear with me. I'm still in that my 90-day period of my job and everything too. So I'm just trying to get everything, laid out and everything too, trying to get do everything lined up the right way. So, but yeah, I want to talk real quick about and before I get started, I want y'all to stay. Make sure y'all like, share the video. Leave a comment if you want to. But in the book of Matthews, it says, this is a quick video. I don't want to talk too much on this topic, but in the book of Matthews, it said since iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Man, lately, man, I've been seeing a lot of wickedness, man. I've been seeing a lot of folly, man. I've been seeing a lot of people turn away from the faith. I've been seeing a lot of people just living their life the way they want to live their life, man. I've been seeing a lot of people just doing whatever they want to do, not being accountable. I've been seeing a lot of people not following none of the laws, and the world is getting more and more wickeder each day. Every single day I come outside, like, the teachings of Christ, the teachings of God, the love of God is gone. People have made out, they preach, they following this worldly God. They follow this worldly Christ that the church speak about. They're not speaking about the Hebrew Christ. They're not preaching, they're not speaking about the Hebrew God. They're speaking about this Gentile God. They're speaking about the Gentile Christ. They say you can believe in pagan holidays. They say you can do whatever you want to do and you'll still be blessed. They say you can go wherever you want to go and eat with these certain type of people and fornicate and do all this type of stuff you want to do. All you got to do is pray and then believe in God and you'll be all right. But the world got it wrong, man. It saddens me. I found myself, in a place the other a couple days ago, where I was I had like a little bit of breakdown because it's like, nobody don't love Christ no more. Nobody truly don't love God no more. It's God's becoming more of an acquisition where where people just pick and choose, what they gonna follow with God, how they gonna love God today. If I still want to do what I want to do, but I'm gonna still keep God in my thoughts because that's the way what everybody tell me to do. As long as I keep God around me, as long as I keep Christ in my, well, I'm gonna say God because what I've also, I'm gonna come back to that. What I've also been noticing, people don't believe in Christ. People always say, I believe in God. And they stop it there. They stop there. That's what they stop at. God, listen, the Bible says you cannot go through the Father unless you go through the Son. It's plain to see. So you can't believe in the real God if you don't accept Christ. Ain't no way around it. You can't say you love God and you don't love his Son. You can't say you believe in God when you don't believe in the Son because he was made the way for us. We were so disobedient to God in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. Even now in life, we still doing everything that the Lord tells us not to do. Why is this? I know the Bible says it's going to be a great fall away before, before the end of times. I want to speak about the hurricane that's going on, the Hurricane Milton, I think it is, whatever that's going on into the over there in Florida right now in Miami. That's just I feel like, that's God's judgment. I feel like, that's just something that's got to happen. I feel like, and then people think about, okay, well, oh my God, it's about to be the end of the world. It's going to happen today or tomorrow. No, it's still two big events that got to go on before the end of the world come. Oh, okay, Christ is coming back. No, it's still two big events, and I'm gonna be doing a video soon to speak about those two events that got to happen before Christ can come back to the earth. But the hurricanes, the earthquakes, the tsunamis, and all these great disasters and everything that's going on right now, yeah, that's going to happen. That's in the Bible, so this is prophesied already. So that's something that's got to happen. But I mean, I feel like that's just God's judgment, that's up to the world, to what's going on, to let y'all know, like, okay, well, I see everything that's going on. And it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. I see everything what's going on, but I still got to, and people like, oh man, if that's God's judgment, why is the kids over there that's doing this? Why is everybody else getting hurt? Like, okay, well, when God brings judgment to the world, he don't care who's around. Because not all children and not all people are his. So you got to think about that. Not all children are God's children. Not all men are God's men. Not all women are God's women. So it's like, okay, well, we're not all God's children. Some people own to Satan. And that's just how it is. But yeah, that's just God's judgment, to the world. That's just some things that's just got to happen, and it's sad that those people over there is dealing with that, but hey, that's just something, like I said, that just got to happen. And it's getting more and more and more scary, and it's getting more and more, dangerous. But, no one waking up, man. No one is waking up. No one is paying attention to anything that's going on. But, like, Revelations, the book of Revelation is happening right now. We live it. We actually living in the book of Revelations right now. And people don't see it, you know it's like people are getting they turning more and more away from their faith and more into their own beliefs. People are clinging more into the witchcraft. They're clinging more into the worldly traditions. They're clinging more into their own understanding. They're clinging more to what make them. It's hurting my heart. It's hurting my heart because and I found myself like, all right, well, when it come down to marriage and it come down to, like, I think I said this in one of my videos, and it come down to finding a real godly woman, like, man, this is tough nowadays, man, because to my knowledge and what I'm seeing right now, every body that looks like they walking this faith, they not walking this faith for real. They not walking this faith like you think they walking this faith. Because somebody could tell you this, man. A lot of people, like I always say, they can know how to talk. They can make it seem like they doing this. They can make it seem like that they following God's tradition, that they following what God telling them to do. But it's like, okay, somehow you compromising. Somehow they doing something or finding a loophole in what God's saying. They making it fit to their lifestyle, or making it fit to the way they want to live, or making it fit to what they might be want to do. So just because people saying they walking with God, and just because people saying they doing what they doing, we gotta watch that type of stuff. We gotta watch it because everybody is not following what God, the actual laws of what God is saying. So my fault, y'all. I gotta turn my oven off, but. And a lot of people, they just living, their own lifestyle. They just walking in their own ways, They just doing what they want to do. They just following their own ways of thinking and their own ways of, of living. They not really, doing what the Father Yah telling them to do. So yeah, when it come down to the whole marriage thing and the whole actually find a righteous woman, actually find a woman that's walking in the truth like I'm walking in, man, that stuff is tough, man. Because no woman wants a man that's actually doing the right thing. No woman wants a man that's actually following God's law. If they do, they want that type of man, but they want him to be halfway in. They want him to be lukewarm. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They still want to walk with God, but they still want to have fun. They still want to fornicate. They still want to drink and smoke. They still want to do as long as you can pray and all that type of stuff. Or they still want to follow pagan holidays. So it's like it's the Bible says, "My sheep hear my voice, and the stranger they will not follow." So if you walking in folly and you walking in the things that the Lord is telling us not to do, and you follow and you halfway, in this, you won't be blessed for that. The Bible says, what are you gonna do to people that's lukewarm? What are you gonna do to people that's hot and cold? They can't make their mind up. So yeah, people talk a good game, man. People talk a good game like they're really walking with this, man. But from what I've been seeing lately, man, ain't nobody with this, man. I've been finding lately, man, everybody been like removed from my life. I've been finding myself by myself. I've been spending. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been spending a lot more time with my kids now. Which is a blessing now. And I've been able to do a lot more. Have my kids around me a lot more. So that's a good thing. But like, when it comes down to like my personal life, man, I probably got like a couple homies or somebody I talk to. But after that, I don't really talk to anybody else. Like all the people I've been like really demoing with like that, man. Like they've been removed from my life. And I see myself. I see the elevation. I see the things in my world that's really taking off. I see the things in my life that's really done went to another level. It's like, and God, like I say, God done closed doors in my life, that I thought was gonna be open for a while, and I thought was gonna be better for me. I thought was gonna be good for me. But hey, it is what it is. That's just how it goes. We walk into different things. And I wasn't even gonna do a video tonight, but I had to come here and just vent a little bit, because like I said, I don't really. It's hard to talk to people about when it come down to the things I talk about. It's hard to talk to people about, okay, well, the spiritual warfare. It's hard to talk to people about, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that, because they tell you to go to the worldly thing. They tell you to smoke. They tell you to have a drink. They tell you to just do this and do that, but they don't know about the real fight you're gonna deal with, because they still lukewarm. They still live in these religions. So it's like, this is my therapy. And I say this a lot of my old videos also, like it's hard, for me to not be doing a video for so long, because I feel like at times, like the enemy be trying to get me to the point where I'm so tired or I'm so exhausted at the end of the day where I can't come speak to y'all. And I got quite a few videos, man, I want to get into. I got a couple of videos I want to talk about. The main one, I think the next main one I really want to do. I want to get into that one about modern women. Let's get into it just a little bit right now. Well, the original, the modern women nowadays, man, and I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a snippet or a snippet of what I'm gonna be doing, in the video, the full video. But it's like, the modern women nowadays, man, they don't look at relationships the way they're supposed to. A lot of modern women nowadays, man, they just want to control men. They want to keep men at a certain place. They want to run the household. They want to, buy this, buy that. They want to keep you at a certain level. They want to control you to make it seem like, okay, well, I'm in control of this. I'm not listening to nobody, because I feel like they were feminists. The feministic spirit is what the Jezebel and feministic spirit is what's in a lot of women nowadays. They feel like they don't need a head. They feel like I don't need a man for this. I don't need a man for that, because they got these little toys and everything and all this other little stuff. I can't say too much on YouTube, but it's they compensate. And a lot of women, they not willing to follow God's order. That's the main thing when it comes down to a lot of households nowadays. It's the reason why a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships don't be lasting as long as they're supposed to, because the women nowadays, they don't believe like in God's order no more. Oh, I'm not gonna listen to no man. I'm not gonna listen to this. And then when it come down to the household, when it come down to marriages and everything, if you're not trying to listen to God's order, then your marriage is gonna fail, because it goes God, Christ, man, woman, then the children. So if you doing these things and you're not following God's order, your home is gonna be messed up. And then how it is nowadays, if the woman is mad at the father, she gonna turn them kids against that father. She gonna make those children be mad at their father also. So it's like, the whole thing is all messed up. But then a lot of modern women nowadays, like I said, if you're single, is they don't they a lot of them are pretend like they want, what I'm saying, this real relationship, just to say they have that. But in the end, like back in the back of their mind, they still thinking like, okay, well, that's Bay, or that's whatever they want to give you, this little nickname, whatever, but they still out here doing what they doing. They still out here living like they single. And they'll make you feel like you bad about it. They'll make you feel like you wrong when you just tell them the right thing. Like, okay, well, I blame the music a lot too, because the music has changed a lot. The music is basically, and a lot of these women that's preaching this type of stuff, or that's talking about like okay, well, that they listening to, a lot of them got husbands. When it come down to the Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions, a lot of them in relationships. They got Beyonce, a lot of them they in relationships or they married, but they singing this music and they putting this music out to keep you at a certain spot. They keep you at a point where you're gonna be mad, angry, bitter and upset and alone majority of your life. And You don't have anybody. So it's like, well, this is what's being pushed out to keep everyone at a point where it's like, okay, well, single solo dolo. So that way, if the house is messed up, that way, that means Satan can easily come in to manipulate the woman, because the woman is always easily manipulated. But modern women, they don't want that. They look at just money. They look at just materialistic things. But when it come down to, like, real life situations, they don't really want that stuff. And out of their mouth they might say they want something real. Out of their mouth they might say they want you in their life. Out of their mouth they might say they want you to be with them for the rest of their life. But after a while, man, and they see their homegirls doing something, they might see they live their life based off of social media, man, it's something totally different now. So it's like, you gotta prepare yourself for these mother. And I feel sorry for a lot of cats out here. Even myself, man, I feel bad, because, it's like, you never, it's like, God nowadays, man, if you a godly man looking for, like, the right one, God got literally just handpick that person and bring them to you. That ain't nothing. Don't go looking. And the one thing I can give my brothers right now, don't go looking for a wife. Go looking for a relationship. Once you do that, that's how you find the right. That's how I got into a lot of situations. So don't go do that. Don't go out here just looking. Just wait. Because what's out here right now is, it ain't nothing too good, man. It come with a lot of headaches, a lot of problems, man. A lot of stuff you can avoid, a lot of stuff you can, like, really put behind you, man. So it's best to just leave that stuff alone. And I want to talk more about the modern women and everything too, about, everything. I just want to talk a little bit more about that, but, we gonna say it for another video. But I got another video about I want to do about the abomination of desolation, about the great tribulation, because I know a lot of people. I actually know a lot of people about the abomination of desolation. A lot of people don't know about that. A lot of people don't know about the 3.5 years of the tribulation. They think it's 7 years, but yeah, it's a whole lot of doctrine that's being preached in these churches, man, that's been false. A lot of fables people have been living off of, a lot of, stuff that a lot of people talk about, man, I wanna talk about a lot, man. But, I always feel like if I'm not on here talking about something, or out on here, just giving some words edification to the people, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm not doing what I should be doing. So if I can tell anything to the chosen ones out here, we got to stay strong, man. We got to stay out here, continue to live in your purpose, continue to do the thing that the Lord is telling you to do. And this road is tough, man. This is a tough road, man. This is a real tough road, because at some point you're gonna find yourself alone. At some point you're gonna find yourself by yourself. But I always say this, that means you just been sanctified. That means you've been to the point where God now He can present Himself fully to you and let you know what's really going on. And it's gonna always be an uphill battle. It's gonna always be, a fight, because you fighting a real battle. People that, and don't look at nobody else's life. Don't look at nobody else in the world and see what they got going on. Be like, man, this is this what I want to do. Why they having it so easy? Well, hey, if you are of the world will love you. I say this a lot also, but just you are not of the world, then that's why the world will reject you all the time. You can't keep thinking like that. You can't keep thinking like, okay, well, maybe I should go potty. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should go on this date. Maybe I should mess with the Jezebel. Maybe I should mess with the what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe I should mess with the harlot. Maybe I should mess with these people. Maybe I should do the thing that the world is doing. Maybe I wouldn't feel so crappy. But no, these people are miserable. That's why they got to keep constantly doing this stuff over and over again, because they trying to fill voids. They trying to fill. A lot of people, like I said, they trying to figure out who they are. They're still trying to follow what everybody else doing, because they think that's right, because they think that's cool. But the moment you step outside that circle and you really realize who you really are and what God really trying to do with you and who you really are outside of that, man, listen, bro, it's gonna scare people, man. It's gonna really wake them up. But when God wakes you up, though, when God first wake you up, though, and you see things for what it really is, and this what it really is, and there ain't no way around that, man, it's gonna become tough. Be prepared to lose everybody. Be prepared to lose everything, because that's what's gonna happen with it. The man, I forgot how I go. I think it say the man who loses his life shall find it for my sake, but the man that tried to find his life will lose it, or something like that. But the more you try to seek the life that you want, the more God will always break you down to build you back up. because it's a certain life He wants you to live in a certain place. He wants the same thing with me. It was a life that I was living way before this. It was a life that I had way before this that I was so accustomed to. Rather been the smoking, whether it been the constantly drinking, whether it come to been the fornicating, no matter what I was doing in my life, it was something I was accustomed to, and I was leaving. And I was leading that life, and I was living that life, and I thought it was something that was cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was something that was really, that I was, you know, that was okay with, But I'm like, okay, well, I can't keep constantly doing this. I can't keep constantly living this way. I can't keep constantly doing these things, that I know that's not right, you know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I know something ain't right. In my mind, I know, like, all right, well, something gotta change, I just know I couldn't keep living that same life and expect to get better results in my life. I couldn't keep living that same life and expect better things to happen in my world. So, I had to change something. Now, did I know things was gonna be like this? Of course not. I had no idea. But the Lord sent videos my way, sent people my way, let me know, like, okay, well, when you chosen, there's certain things you gotta deal with. And well, listen, I must stress this fact again. I must say this enough, and I cannot say this enough. The way you know you are chosen is if you are following God's 10 commandments, you are following His laws, and if you are following the dietary laws. Those are the ones that are chosen. And if you are not living under that covenant, I will say this again, God does not know you. Simple as that. So it's a strong fight, man. It's an ongoing battle, man, that we and us as a people, we gotta learn how to, get through it, man. We gotta learn how to fight through this. Stop looking at the world, because the world is going to hell. The world is what it is, man. Every day I'm outside. I'm just driving around. When I have some downtime and I'm not really doing it, I drive around, look at everything. I'm like, man, I'm seeing everybody smoking. I'm seeing people just all out drinking. The liquor stores is popping almost every single night. People are sex has become a big thing nowadays. The the ways of the true meaning of life has been turned into something totally different. Nobody really walking in their purpose like they should. Nobody really walking in God's purpose. They walking in the purpose they think they should be walking in. So yeah, man, we gotta stay grounded. Let's stay grounded. Let's stay on this righteous path. Let's stay into the things that God has for us, because the more and more you try to run away from what God has for you, the more and more you complicate your life is gonna be. So that's why y'all see me here, steady edifying y'all, trying to help y'all out, because I know it's somebody else that's going through some things I'm going through. That I know it's somebody else out there that's like dealing with the things that I've dealt with or have been through. So it's like, all right, well, maybe I can help somebody. Maybe I could try to reach somebody and let them know, like, okay, well, if you're struggling with this, this is what you should do. If you're wondering why you don't have no friends, if you're wondering why nobody don't want to talk to you, if you're wondering why you get mad looks all the time, or you're wondering why people act one way towards you one day, then the next day they change it on you, this is why, And if you trying to walk that true path, but don't get scared of it, because some people walk this path, and then see what's going on, and then get this knowledge and see what's going on, and then they turn away, they run the other way. They might not, and then if they do stay in the knowledge, they still pick and choose the things they want to do. But this knowledge, once you reach this real knowledge and get this real understanding of what God is saying, get this real understanding of God's teachings and what He's really trying to tell you, trust me, it's in your heart, it's in your mind already. So ain't no way you can leave it. You might hear something, you might not even be want to say nothing, you might not even want to correct nobody, but it's just that now the word is in your heart, now the word is in your head. So it's like, all right, well, now I gotta say something. That's how I find myself doing a lot of times now. So embrace it. Let's try to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? And do I think that I'm gonna fall short at some point? Possibly. I haven't so far, because I've been probably going on a year and a year and 5 months on my semen retention journey. Do I feel like I'm gonna fall short? No, I hope not. Like I always tell y'all, I plan on staying on this road until I find my wife. Until I don't get me wrong. I've been in quite a few situations where I felt like, well, hey, maybe I can do that. Maybe I should just do this, or maybe I can go back to this, or maybe. But then something always come to my head, or the Lord always bring a situation into my life to show me like, okay, well, that's why you should do this, or this reason you should do that. So hey, cool, and all other sins, and it says that all other sins are outside the body, but when you fornicate, or commit adultery, that's against your body. So that's more serious. That's why fornication and adultery is so serious to God, because that's a sin against your body. That's so we must get serious about these certain things. It's some things you can't play with. It's something, and I'm real big on that. I'm real big on that now. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, it's a hey, I've been looked at as an oddball. I've been looked at as a black sheep. A lot of people all my life I've been that way. All my life I've been the one that always questioned things. All my life, I've been the one that never went along with what everybody else was doing. I never went along with like what they was talking about. I never went along with like, okay, well, if you said that, okay, cool, but like why? Why is that like that? So I've always asked questions. I've always been the one to be like, okay, well, let's figure this out. Something about that don't sound right. So man, let's do this right, man. Let's come back to God, man, because it's getting close to that time, man. Like I told you, it's two big events that got to take place, and I'm gonna be coming back talking about those big events. The big events are I can tell you, but I'm gonna explain them to you. The big events are the abomination of desolation, which is the man of sin, and the great tribulation, meaning that man of sin is gonna rule the earth for 3.5 years. And all the people, okay, I give you a little bit now. And all the people that say they love Christ, like what I'm doing right now, all the people that's preaching the real gospel, that's saying they love Christ, that's saying they love God, and that's preaching the real Bible, and that's preaching the real Bible, we're gonna lose our life. We probably might wind up losing our life for that. They might cut your head off, they might do whatever, just to take you out. The mark of the beast. Around that time during the Great Tribulation, the mark of the beast is gonna be rolled out. That's the thing that's gonna be in your right hand or in your forehead. That's what Ash Wednesday is about. Let's wake up, people. They getting you prepared for that. Why does it always want to come down to the ash? Why is it always in your right hand and why is it always in your forehead? Come on, man. Let's think about it, Joe. Cause somebody had said to me about when I was at my job or something. Somebody had said because they see it because I got a cross on my forehead right there, and I guess they they made a comment about the Ash Wednesday. I'm like, no, I don't know about Ash Wednesday. I didn't put it there because of that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Nuh-uh. Oh no, don't even bring that up or say nothing like that. I had to make that clear. Like, she looked at me kind of funny when I said that to her. Like, no, I don't know about Ash Wednesday. That's not even real. So yeah, but yes, some of us gonna start dying if we don't take that. Take that. What's your name? And God gonna allow that. Because of the way of the world. But it's gonna be crazy. The Great Tribulation is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, like I said, World War III. It's gonna really turn up around that time. So yeah, man, it's gonna be something really that goes down. So but we ain't gonna get too far in that. We ain't gonna get too far in that tonight because I got some more knowledge I want to drop on y'all. But yeah, it's two big events that got to take place. Definitely. Now I'm gonna talk some more about them. But I'm already 30 minutes in, man. This is my listen, Joe. Like I said, I try to make the video short, man. But if I don't be on here talking for a while, I gotta come back and let y'all know something, man. And get away from people that mean good. Get away from people that's gonna drag you down. Start elevation. Don't hold on to nobody. Stop holding on to people that mean good. If you see all these people out here that's helping everybody else but can't help you, or you see all these people out here, man, that's doing all this good to everybody else but not meaning good or nothing like that, man, get away from them people, man. Get away from a lot of people, that's like a hindrance to your walk. Get away from a lot of people, that's really, no good for you. Get away from a lot of people, that's keeping you in bondage, or a lot of people that's not really, really there for you like you're there for them. You know what I'm saying? Get away from a lot of people that's doing that type of stuff. So, and we gotta walk in the fullness of God's plan for us. So people that only want to help themselves, man. Let's just keep them at a distance. Don't be cruel to them. Don't be none of that to them. Just keep them at a distance, man, because it is what it is, man. But man, the world is something else, man. It's turning. As in the day of Noah, so shall it be again. And is that right now, The Laodicean church is alive and well. Many so-called Christians follow in the Catholic faith. It's all these denominations, these praising these deities and these entities and all these idols, man. Listen, one God, Jesus Christ, is the right hand on the throne. We must profess that and live by that every single day, you know. So, man, my closing message today, man, is I hope the people wake up, man. I hope the people, know that Christ is not who you think he is. It's not, and the God of the Old Testament is the God of the New Testament. He don't change, So people must know that, Christ is the way. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way through it. That's just what it is, So, shalom. Peace and blessings. Give me a couple more days, man. I just want to, come over here and speak a little bit and let the people know what's really going on out here, man. It's getting scary, man. It's getting real bad out here, More and more each day things are not. It's becoming to be more and more of a show. It's like people are being more and more wicked each day, man. And I'm trying my best to stay on my walk as best as I can, and not get caught up in this crap, But I'm praying the Lord each day to keep blessing my ministry, to keep blessing me as a whole, and keep letting me do the things I need to do and not get distracted by the things of the world. The distraction, I'm supposed to be doing that video over too, That's going to be mostly off the dome. I had a list last time, so I might do a list this time, but I'm going to give you another way. Speaking of it, I'm going to do a quick minute of a couple things about distraction. When it comes down to distraction, people that are distracting you or things that might be distracting you, you never know you being distracted by these things until you already distracted. That's one. Another way how you know you're distracted, when you stop focusing on the things that matter to you and you start focusing on the things that you think that matter to you. Meaning, you stop focusing on the things that can get you to true salvation, which is God and the Son, and your true purpose. And you start focusing on the worldly things like money, like cars, material things, or all the things that the universe might think you need. You know what I'm saying? But you can't focus on that type of stuff. You got to focus on the person that can give you those things. You got to focus on the creator of the things that you lusting after, Don't be lusting or try to be distracted by the things of the world. Those things going to come. If God purposed for you to have those things, you want those things will come. Focus on the Lord. Focus on God. He's going to give you that. And another thing that can be a distraction, people can be a distraction to you. People are the main, that's the last one I'm going to do. People is the main distraction to you because people can know when you're on your focus. People know when you focus, and people know when you got a true purpose. And the devil know when you got a true purpose. The devil know when you focus. He'll send distraction on purpose to try to throw you off. But I'm the one to let you know, like, okay, that's going to be a distraction. Anybody that try to take you off focus of what you really got going on or where you really heading, and you let them people know, like, okay, that's why, dog, it ain't always good to tell nobody what you got going on. Just stay on your business, man. Stay focused on what you got going on and move like that. Unless you trust them people to do that. But, nowadays, people, it's hard to trust somebody with your plans because, they still, even people that might seem like they want you to do good, or might seem like they rooting for you, might seem like they want you to to prosper and to elevate. They might not want you to prosper. So it's best to keep things to yourself, So people are the main distraction, because they can always come in with a motive. They always come in with a ulterior motive or something that might be trying to put a halt to your progress. So distractions. Stay clear of those, man. People are the main distraction, and I'm gonna come back to that, man. So yeah, man, I gotta get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta eat me something, man. Tomorrow is the Day of Atonement, so I gotta do a little bit of fasting tomorrow also, So yeah, man, I have to work tomorrow also. So yeah, man, it kind of sprung up on me, so out of nowhere, but so yeah, I still gotta do some fasting tomorrow too. We gotta make the Day of Atonement. We gotta do this also. People not following these holy days no more. They following holidays. They following. God has holy days. Satan has holidays. Let that marinate. Let that sit in a little bit. So when you following Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, all these other pagan holidays, when y'all following them holidays, know what you following and who days they are, because they're not of God. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, it's all love, peace, and blessing. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. It's all love. I'm back.